Alright, so this sighting took place on May 25th in the port of Tacoma, Washington, which is the state I live in. And this is incredible. Now, before you start saying, oh, it's a balloon, it's a bag, why don't you shut the fuck up and watch the fucking video, because like a dumbass, I said the same fucking thing. But as you watch the video, you come to realize that this is totally impossible. There's nothing on earth like this thing. This is fucking incredible. So I'm going to play the video just out how I saw it, and then we'll enhance it and zoom in and all that good shit and show you all the cool shit that's going on here. But this is an incredible video. I mean, on the surface, at the beginning, it looks like, oh, it's a mylar balloon. It's a piece of trash floating in the wind, something like that. And till the video progresses, then you realize, fucking impossible. Now, before we get too far into the video, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Swavek for sending me the link to this video. And I just want to remind everybody, if you come across a good UFO video, send it my way. It doesn't matter if you filmed it or not. If you see a good one online that feels like it should be shared around more, send it to me, all right? My boy Swavek sends me videos all the fucking time, and today he scored a fucking awesome one. So this object just went from the air to the water. Okay, so, well, yeah, that could still be a piece of trash, right? Sure. Besides the fact that this object is swimming against the current, which I don't see any piece of trash just doing. Okay, so clearly now this object is just, I mean, what is this? It's flying in the sky. It comes down to the water, it goes into the water, and now it's swimming against the current. So whatever this is, this object is controlled by some means. It does have some form of propulsion that allows it to, one, fly in the fucking air, two, float in the, drive in the fucking water, and fucking disappear on and off. And enough strength to go against the fucking current. Basically, it can do whatever the fuck it wants. Now you tell me what does that. Yes, we have drones that do that. However, if you can't tell, this thing ain't a fucking drone. Now, there are some clues here that give it away that this is definitely a legitimate video. One where she starts not focusing on the object. You can see the camera starts to slowly drift away and the object is out of view for a couple seconds. That is a real common mistake made by people filming UFOs, because you get stuck looking at the UFO and you forget where the camera is actually pointed. And no gripes about that. Like I said, man, I always tell everybody, when it comes down to it, fuck the camera, make sure you look at it. Because that's what's important. The camera's great, but let me tell you, the camera doesn't pick up, half of what you're seeing. Look at this thing, just bobbing around in there. It don't give two fucks. Totally against the waterway. And this is a huge port. This isn't just like the city of Tacoma, Washington. This is the port of Tacoma. So this is where all their, main shipments and stuff come through. Is through this port right here. So I doubt that you're even allowed to fly drones around this. I bet you $1 million there's probably a geofence around this whole area, just because there's so many sites that are going to be off limits of flying drones and stuff like that, because of all the stuff they're carrying and bringing in, everything that has to go through customs and stuff. Yeah, but like I said, amazing video. And I really want to thank Swavek for sending me this. I mean, this is exactly what we're looking for here on UFO Proof. It's the best kind of UFOs, and that's the only kind we bring you, is kick-ass UFOs. We don't bring you no fucking crap. We bring you the real fucking deal. Now, let's break it down, and I want to show you what Eagle Eye noticed. Now, look at this shit. Now, this shit goes appearing along with the video. I bet you didn't see that shit, huh? Did you guys notice this shit? Fuck no, you didn't. But I'm telling you, every time there's a major UFO sighting, a good UFO video, if you look around throughout the video, you will see other anomalies and shit happening. These motherfuckers never travel alone. See how little speck just came off there? This guy is dropping UFOs left and right, and we don't even see it. The only reason we're able to pick it up now is because the camera is happened to catch it at certain frames, so you'll be able to see it in a single frame. Look at this thing just fucking disappear like that. Look at the thing down at the bottom. See them? Look at these black things. So the human eye seems at 24.9 frames a second. Okay, that's how many frames your eye sees in reality. All right, so yeah, you wouldn't see as clear as 60 frames a second, and that's why it looks so cool on TV. All right, so if you have objects that are moving well beyond that speed, it could get to the point where you don't see it at all. You might only see a flash or a simple glimpse of it, a single frame of it for a second, and your eyes aren't even going to interpret that as anything. Look at the black spots just appearing like that. I mean, what could be causing that? It seems to be following along with the UFO, and then at times it seems to be going off by itself. So I believe these are possibly coming off of the UFO, and the camera is simply capturing them in a single frame because of maybe how fast they're moving. Absolutely incredible. Now she's trying to get back in get it back into view here, and I mean these things are popping up everywhere, left and right. I doubt she even noticed them. Now I've slowed it down here a lot, now so you can definitely see. Now this thing is in the water. This is, you know, as before in the video, you might mistake, okay, well maybe it's right above the water and it's hydroplaning or something. Wrong. As you can see here, it is clearly in the fucking water. And you can see little things are coming off of it. But you only see them for a single frame or two. That's why I've really had to slow it down. This thing's in the water, totally going against the current. What it reminds me of is the Homeland Security video in Puerto Rico, where the Department of Homeland Security catches the object flying across the airport and going from the air to the water, then splitting into two. And basically, you're getting the same thing here. It's going from the air to the water and then splitting into two or splitting into multiple other UFOs. And just look at this thing go. Oh, under the water completely. Oh, it's about to break through the wave. Watch this shit. You can see other parts where these things are coming up out of the water. Now right here, this is where she stopped focusing on the object and kind of let the camera drift off. But now you can see the black objects are like, you know, appearing all around this thing. I mean, you tell me, what do you think it is? Is it a kite and that's the handle hanging off? Well, how does it get back up in the air? And that's one thing I like, is that the Homeland Security video doesn't go into, is that this thing goes from the air to the water, back into the fucking air. Now, the drones that go underwater, that go from the air underwater, I don't believe they go from the air underwater and then back into the air. I don't think that's possible. I believe they can either fly in the air or they can fly underwater. Or swim underwater, whatever the fuck terminology you'd use. Look, you see some more of them down there. This is more like my theory of quantum UFOs, where the UFO is appearing in a couple different places at the same time. Or there's multiple of the same UFO. Or maybe the anti-UFO. Look at these things just popping up all around it. And it shows them as black, but I don't believe they're actually black. In fact, I believe they're probably so bright that the camera is picking them up as black. Like when you take a camera and you stare at the sun with it, you don't see the sun, you'll see like a little black dot, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I believe that's probably what's happening here. That these aren't black, they're probably insanely bright, and the camera picks them up as just a black dot. Look at this thing swimming up against the current. Without a care in the fucking world. He's got his little tag-along dude right down there at the bottom. Now, I don't believe the person filming this even sees these other objects. In fact, I believe at this point, they're having a hard time locating the object deep in the water, being that far away. It's, you know, I'm zoomed in, but when it's just a regular video, you can see it's really small at this point. So I don't believe that it sees the other objects, period. But I see them, because you ain't getting shit past me. Look at that. Look at them right down there. Now they're searching around for him, searching around. Silent for a second. So it's underwater right now. Boom. Okay, there it is. So you can see little objects coming off of it real quick. Boom. See, every time the UFO appears to enlarge, you see another black thing appear. Notice that there's a synchronicity to it throughout the whole video. Whenever the UFO appears to get larger or brighter, another little black thing appears on the screen. So I believe it's like pumping them out, like it's you know I gotta squeeze and fucking take a shit. That's what it's doing. It's squeezing up and popping one of these little guys out, and it's just all fucking and now it's off into the fucking air. Look at this. Tell me that's not a UFO. Anyone out there who doesn't think that this is a UFO, you simply call me up and I will come to your house, knock on the door, you'll pull the panties out of your ass crack, answer it, and I'll slap you in the face because you're an idiot. Of course it's a UFO. I mean, look at this thing. And look, another UFO. I think it just set off another one right there. Look at this fucking thing. Of course it's a fucking UFO. What the fuck does this? Nothing. That is a straight up UFO video. That's what I love. That's what we like here on UFO Proof. I'll see you guys next time. UFO Proof.